I joke sometimes that this show takes us all over the place with our guests. It could be Texas, Nashville, Canada, Australia. And on this one, my guest is like probably 20 minutes away from I think where I'm based out of, if that. So we're staying close to home as we welcome in a country artist whose latest single, Get Me Everytime, is out now. Let's welcome in Savannah Dean Reeves.
Hello.
Well, how are you tonight, Savannah?
I'm good. I'm good. Like I told you, I was like a little bit under the weather, but it's like the weather's getting a little bit warmer, but I'm getting a little bit sicker.
Can't handle when all the everything is out in bloom all of a sudden after
I'm like it's
snow and
like
ice
30
and
degrees one day and then
freezing.
it's 60 degrees the other. I'm like, oh my goodness.
No, I get that. I get that. Now, for me, sometimes I like a good bourbon to hopefully just burn everything on the way out. This is bar conversation, so I gotta ask, what's your go-to drink? What are you drinking tonight?
Yeah. So my go-to drink. Don't judge me. Pink Whitney, 100%. Everywhere I go, I'm like, so do you serve Pink Whitney? And they're like, do we? And I'm like, I don't know. Do you? You should if you don't. So I usually ask for that first, no matter where I'm at. I do. I will drink some bourbon here and there, but Pink Whitney is my go-to.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. If you have a go-to, I mean, for the longest time, I mixed my bourbon, so drink whatever you like, how you like it. Is how I
Yep.
roll.
Do you have a favorite bourbon?
So I got a bunch. Doing this show, I've been very fortunate to try a lot of stuff. So the one I've just recently discovered that I'm really enjoying. I try to pair things. Georgetown, I don't have anything from Georgetown available. I only have a couple Lexington bourbons. But this one I just had the other night. A little Bardstown, little rye bourbon,
Yes.
finished in cherry wood, which is
Yes.
fantastic. So
I should have grabbed the bottle to show you. There is a bourbon that is really specific to Georgetown. The tourism office here did something called Bourbon Genesis, and it's like they did their own mix of Elijah Craig Bourbon Genesis, and yeah, it's actually pretty good.
I like it. I like it. See, you do have a little bit of bourbon. You showed me the bourbon collection before the show, so I believe you.
Yes.
I believe you. Now, I gotta ask. You do a lot of shows in bars and different places like that. Do you have a pre-show ritual, a pre-show drink you gotta have? What do you gotta do before you hit the stage?
Pink Whitney.
It all makes sense
Pre-show
now.
ritual. If I'm drinking when I'm going to play, definitely I do like to have a shot of Pink Whitney. But other than that, you know I just try to get my mind in the right spot, let loose, and just and kind of enjoy where I'm at and get zoned in.
I like it. I like it. Now, is there something fans would be surprised to learn about you when you're off stage and not on stage that you do? A hidden talent, anything like that?
Oh gosh. Oh goodness. I don't
Besides
know.
the music.
Maybe I'm boring. um, Off stage, I don't know. I mean, I like to travel a lot. Sometimes I'll just pop up in random places. Like last week, I just
That
went to Florida for like 30 hours, came back home.
that's a drive for that. That's a
I
long
did
drive.
fly. I did fly.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better.
Yes. But my brother lives down there, so it's kind of nice. I'm like, I'm just gonna go to Florida for the weekend and come back home. And I
Yeah,
went when the
when you have
snow really
recently,
hit
that
us.
would. Yeah,
Yes.
I was gonna say the weather to get away from the snow and the ice. That would be good.
Yes. And I have a show coming up in Florida, actually next weekend. So,
I was gonna say because you're doing a cruise down there now. By the time this airs, you'll have done the cruise. But
yes.
what's it like to leave unpredictable Kentucky for Florida?
Yeah. So, I love Florida. I love playing in Florida. Anywhere that's a little bit warmer, I'm gonna enjoy it. But I do love to see the snow. Don't get me wrong. I really do enjoy it. As long as it's like covered and it's all white, I do love to see it. But yeah, Florida's awesome. Love being in the warmer temperatures. Love meeting new people when I'm down there. I'm going to play a songwriters boat cruise, and then I'm headlining the cigar boutique festival.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. Now, for those that are watching and not just listening, they'll notice you have a nice hat on. Uh,
Yes, it's
and
new.
and it very much matches your outfit. I've noticed in a lot of photos. I try not to creep, but I got to look up a guest that I'm going to talk to. I noticed you
Yeah.
have quite a collection of hats, and they coordinate very well. What color
Yes.
hats do you have these days?
So the only two colors, this is the best way I could say it. The only two colors I didn't have until recently. Well, actually, the only color I don't have is yellow. Until recently, it was brown and it was turquoise. So I have brown and turquoise now. And I don't have a yellow one yet. So I got to get a yellow one. But I need a pair
Well,
of boots to go with it because I like to match my boots and my hats.
I was going to say because you got to coordinate. So I mean, it sounds like you
Yes.
can pretty much make any combination work except yellow.
Yes. I love to pop with my colors when I'm playing. I used to not wear hats when I played, but I kind of once I wore one, I couldn't stop wearing them.
I was going to say, do you just have a room now of all your hats? I mean,
I do. It's
I feel
actually
like
right
those are just
next to me.
easy to.
Yeah, it's right next to me.
Well, I love that, and I also love. Clearly, you love colorful things. Is it true that your very first guitar was pink? You would
It
perform for your
was.
family and make them buy tickets to see you.
Yes, that's so true. It's very true. I would I don't even know where I found it when I was little, but I had like the roll of tickets. Yeah, I would be like, ticket
Hmm.
to tonight's show, $10. It would be a whole thing if I could ever find where my parents have put those videos. It'll probably be a cool thing to post one day of me walking down the steps with my pink guitar and being so dramatic.
Is that where the sass started?
Probably so. My mom fed into that quite a bit though. So she's one of my big inspirations. She's kind of the reason why I'm where I'm at. So she's definitely pushed me to. She saw that I had a dream, and she pushed me to take every opportunity I could. So
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Now, did you come from a musical family? I mean, like,
heck
were
no.
was it like how? Where does that come from?
Heck no. So my mom and my dad, they both can't sing, play any instruments or anything. So my dad's mom, she she sang in church a little bit here and there, and then my mom's dad also did as well. So if I say I got my singing voice from anybody, it's probably one of them because it is definitely not
Skipped
my
a
parents.
generation.
Yes, it skipped a generation.
I like that. I was gonna say I can't say much. I can't carry a tune. My wife can't carry a tune. We have tried everything to make sure our daughter can at least have some rhythm and can sing a little bit.
Yeah.
Low key. Now, you know, I mentioned the guitar. You don't really come from a musical family, but I feel like you were at least around music. And is it true you started kind of singing in the car with your mom? Is
Yeah.
that kind of where all
So
this
my
really
mom
started?
had this, like, still to this day. So she had her old car, and when she got rid of that, it kind of, the whole playlist went away. So sometimes we're in the car, like, oh my gosh, this is one of the songs that were on that playlist that was so great back in the day. And yeah, she had this wide variety of like songs on this playlist, like rock, country, kind of a mix of everything. And that's what I grew up on, was because that was her favorite playlist. So sitting in the back of the car, that's what we were listening to. So definitely a big influence on the style. And I think that's why when I play live shows, I don't really just, yeah, I have country music, but I also have the songs that I love on there as well. A little bit of rock in there, and
Hey, nothing wrong with that. And
no.
you know, for you, who were those artists that you know made an impact on you? I mean, clearly, like you said, you had a wide variety that you grew up listening to, but obviously, when you could start picking who to listen to, who was that, and
Yeah.
who's still making an impact on you today?
So the pink guitar was 100% Miranda Lambert. That was the reason for that. She is the artist that I would cover when I sold those tickets, and um, definitely when I didn't even know how to play the guitar when I first had my pink one, but when I started taking lessons, I I had some CCR, I had some Miranda, Carrie. Those were some of the big ones. But then nowadays, as my style has changed a little bit, and like you understand more why artists perform and like how they put themselves out there, I would say inspirational now. I would say Ella Langley is definitely a big one. Lainey Wilson with the way she performs and her writing techniques, and I see a lot of similarities in how I write and how I perform with those two. I'd also say Nate Smith. Nate Smith is a really good one that I think has inspired some of my style.
I like those. I like those. I was gonna say, throwing in Nate Smith, great songwriter, artist on his own
Yes.
as
He
well.
has a little bit of a
For
rock
you,
to him,
yeah,
you know? Yeah.
it kind of rounds out the whole package for you. You got a little bit of attitude with
Yeah.
anything in there, different variety.
Yes.
Now, I know you sold tickets to your shows at an early age, but when did you really start taking the stage and performing? Like, going out there and kind of seeing what you had and sharing your
Yeah.
gift.
I'd say I was 16. Well, when doing like my own shows, I was probably 16. Jumping up on stages with people, I was probably around 8 when I started doing that. Depending on if I could get in the places that would allow me to be there. But 16, I actually started local at one of the venues here, Tipsy Cow, and he just gave me an opportunity to play almost every single Thursday out of the year. And that really did help me a lot because a lot of other venues would come sit and watch, and then I'd end up getting booked other places. Some of them were hard to fight, being so young. You wait till you're 21 or whatnot to get in there. But I was very fortunate to be able to play that much at a young age.
Well, I mean, that had to be pretty cool. Now, were you ever like, I guess with this, obviously you have a love of music. Was there ever a thought you weren't going to be doing some type of music?
No. Still to this day, no.
I was going to say, I mean, for you, I mean, what's it like to get out there now? Because you've been doing this for a few years now. It's kind of crazy to think about it. What's
Yeah.
it been like to get out there now and see how things have changed from, just doing the Tipsy Cow to now doing a bunch of different places across
Yeah.
Kentucky, Florida, other places like that?
I from 16 to like when did I got my band probably almost 3 years ago now. So I was just doing solo shows until then. And so, especially now, having the full band backing you, being able to, I'm full of energy. I like to perform quite a bit. So I'm all over the stage. I'm even in the crowd most of the time singing with them. So, or doing a line dance with them while I'm singing. Um, I truly love it. Like, I just know every single time I play that this is what I'm meant to do. And I'm going to continue to chase that dream and see where it goes.
Well, and it sounds like you've got some good influence behind you, some people making sure you've got some opportunities and have helped you along the way. I mean, what's it like? You're from Georgetown, Kentucky, just outside of Lexington. What
Hmm.
was it like growing up there, having the family support and those Kentucky roots to help shape everything?
Yeah, it was amazing actually. My family, big factor in to where I am today and supporting my music still to this day. They still love to come to most of my shows. But having the friends too, the friends that constantly share, constantly post, constantly show up for you. Yeah, and the venues that support you as well. It's been good. It's been really good, and especially now that I'm playing like other states and other places, it's really nice to still have the people text you and be like, "Wow, look at you! Just like 5 years ago, who would have thought?" And I'm like, "I didn't either."
I wasn't even allowed in this place 5 years ago, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, along the way, you've also had success too. It's not just you're out there grinding and making good music. You've had success too in the sense of you've gotten a few awards. I believe you had the Appy Award for Best Country Artist, the Lexington Music Award
Yes.
for Female Vocal, even nominated for a Josie. What do those honors mean to you as you're continuing on your career and kind of make you realize maybe this is the right path?
Yeah, it makes it feel very special when you get honored for something that you put a lot of time into. And I pretty much devoted my life, it's music. So when you get awarded or even nominated for just anything to do with what you're creating as an artist is truly special. And every time like I've gotten the chance to speak at some of these events, I just hope that other artists that are coming up understand how important it is what they're doing, like sharing their stuff with the world, putting themselves out there. It's hard sometimes, but it is worth it at the end.
Well, and like I said, you've been having success doing some good things, making some good music too. And your latest single that you put out toward the end of 2025, fall of 2025, was "Get Me Everytime." And I got to know, was it actually you actually recorded that multiple times before you settled on
Yes,
the final version? Is that
I
right?
did. I did. Yes, probably
I hear you had a hard time,
a couple
just
times. Just the
listening to it.
sound. Yeah, there was just something always that bugged me about it. And, a couple things I changed vocally on it, on the last version, and a couple things, um, instrument wise. But once I had it, I knew. So, but yes, I wrote that song probably like 4.5 years ago, 4 years ago, and it just came out this past year. So, yeah, a lot of time was put into that. But when you know, and that's also something else I'll say to everyone listening is that make sure it fits you. Don't ever put something out that doesn't fit you.
I was gonna say that's one of those things I feel like a lot of artists struggle with, just because well, one, it's hard to find your sound at the end of the day that you love
Yes.
day in and day out, but it's another to trust yourself and for you, I mean, you trusted yourself. You're like, this is not ready. This is not ready. What was it like for that journey to go from that initial version to what the final version? Because I think you've also said like once you heard it, you're like, I can't hear it any other way but this.
Right. Right. So in the beginning, when I still have the original copy of it, and it's amazing to see because 4 years ago, my voice has only matured. So when I listen to it, I'm like, oh my gosh, because I've changed quite a bit since I was 19, 20, and yeah. So hearing it now and hearing how much I've grown as an artist, but also hearing how much input, just being able to speak up and be like, this is direction I want it to go in. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I think should happen. And to see something that you've actually envisioned come to life is amazing. That's one of my favorite things about going into the studio is that you know when you know, but it's also like the growth part. Like some things in that song, I had no idea that it would end up going that route until I was in the studio that day. I was like, wait, what just happened? That was awesome. That's got to stay. Or like stuff like that. It makes it really really worth it.
Oh, absolutely. The song turned out fantastic, and like you mentioned, you had written that song several years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. What also made it the right time to share that? Obviously, I know you found the
Yeah.
sound you wanted sonically, but like it's another thing to do that and then to be like, now this is what I want to put out now. What made it the time?
Yeah. So I got stuck in my sad girl era, I'll say, and I was putting out all these slow songs, and I was like, hey, maybe it's time to put out one of my fast ones. And but also, the song's just kind of me, and I think a lot of young women can speak to it that sometimes we just pick the wrong person, and then it becomes a pattern. So we just choose the wrong ones. And at that time in my life, I was choosing the wrong ones. What a perfect time to put it out.
I was gonna say, how often, after you sing that song, right, at the end of the night, or even beforehand, does someone go up and go, "Man, do I have a story to tell you?"
Yeah. Yeah, it is some of my good friends that come watch my shows, they're like, that's my favorite song. And I'm like, do I even want to know why?
Maybe, maybe not.
Or is it a secret?
Well, I mean, I think that's the beauty of music is people can see themselves in it, especially when it's good music, no matter the genre. And another song that you kind of put yourself out there with was a song you also released in 2025 called "How About You," which is kind of a
Yes.
look at healing, moving on. What was it
Yes.
like sharing those thoughts in a song and getting it out there?
Yeah, that one is one of my favorites. It's like, wait, I wrote something like that? What just happened? And yeah, it is. I kind of wrote it when I was driving. I didn't write it and drive, promise, but it came to me while I was driving. Hence why all the promo videos are me in my car and thinking. Because we all do. I think we all kind of overthink a lot of things, and in a sense of what could I have done, or what can I do? Is there anything else there? And that's part of moving on, I think, is having those thoughts. And I was like, I don't even know if there's a song about that. So kind of just all came together, and I just put all my thoughts down on to the paper, and I was like, wow, it might actually be good. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, and on that song and on "Get Me Everything," I believe you worked with producer Matt McQueen, and
Yes.
you've worked with him several times on things. And what's it been like working with him? Because I believe he's kind of helped push you to trust
Yes.
yourself and do some cool things.
He's pushed me quite a bit, starting with Bet on Me. We've recorded one song before Bet on Me, and that was Mr. Gravedigger. Josh Brock wrote it, and I got to sing on that one. Um, but after working with him on that one, I was like, shoo, I don't know. I don't know how I feel yet. Then I went back to him on Bet on Me. And guess what? We got a great song out of that. And I've always been, I don't, I don't like to be in a place where I feel like we don't want to ever feel like we're needing to push ourselves, or that we're doing something wrong. But let me tell you, Matt is a great guy. He has a great way of getting you to reach everything that you can do that you just don't think you can do. So a lot of those notes, and a lot of like the end note on Bet on Me, I never would have tried that in my life. He was like, just go for it. And I'm like, really? Should we? Yeah, he's gotten me to do a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I never would have like actually just tried if I didn't have his encouragement. So Matt's a really good producer, and he works really well with people and definitely brings out the best in them.
I was gonna say you've had a great run of songs with him. I mean, what's when you have that partnership where you can trust each other, you,
Yes.
I mean, because
That's the word I was
I
trying to
believe,
get out.
well, and I believe he's the one that because you didn't record the first version of "Get Me Everything" with him, did you?
Mm-mm.
So I mean, just to see how much he was
Yeah.
able to, along with yourself, kind of just re-envision it.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty powerful.
Well, yeah. When I sat down and I talked to him about Get Me Everytime, I was like, I like what I have. Like, I like the base of it, but I also want it to be completely different. And he was like, that makes no sense. And I was like, I know, but I know you know what I mean. So we got a good song.
I mean, but what's it like to, when you're in the studio and you've got the song, whether it's lyrically or sonically, however you got it, what's it like going into there? Because, like you said, things can change when you're in there. And
Yeah.
to watch that process play out, especially now that you've done this a few times, know kind of how you want to do things. What's it like being in there now and kind of, like you said, being able to bring these songs to life?
Yeah, I think the whole process is awesome. Going from something written down to just my bass melody that I have with it, going into the studio and adding everything in. Like, honestly, I probably cry like every single time I'm in the studio because I'm like, wow, what just happened? That's amazing. And especially working with Matt and him bringing out a certain confidence in myself, and especially those songs, because those most of those songs are written right from my heart. So working with someone who can also capture that and put it into the song, it was a great experience. And yeah, I need to get back at it. It is on the agenda to put out maybe like a few more songs this year.
Ooh, I like it. That's a good tease. Now, before I ask you more on that question, you kind of touched on this though. Like a lot of those songs had a personal touch, and for
Mhm.
you, that songwriting process, what's it like? Is it always a kind of personal experience? Is it an idea, like you said, you get in the car or wherever, put it in your notes app, a voice memo,
Yeah.
something like that?
So
How does that work for you?
I think it depends. Like, bet on me. I did not finish writing that for several years. Um, how about you? I think I wrote it in a day. Um, Get Me Everytime. I don't really remember. It's been so long on that one, but I it's always different, and I try not to like pressure myself, or I've so far all the songs I've put out have just been written by me. I've not co-written with anybody on them. So they mean like a lot to me. And I'll know when it's right and I'll know when it's not right. And sometimes I might have a finished song, but one line is really bothering me. It's not going to get put out until it's ready. Until that one line, I can figure it out. And then it might just be when I'm driving, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm dumb. I just figured that out. Like, that was so easy.
Got to be in the right headspace. Got to be in the right
Yeah,
headspace to
definitely.
make
I
those
think
right songs.
Headspace has a lot to do with it. Um, Being in the right area, the right time, talking with my friends. I've written some songs just from talking to my friends, though, because they'll be talking about their life or something and say something. I'm like, ooh, you just gave me a song idea. I got to write it down. So many times that happens. I have so many unfinished notes in my phone of one line, and then I'll go back and be like, wait, what? What was that for? I'm like, well, maybe one day we'll circle back to that.
I was gonna say one day you'll be looking through it and go, "Aha, that's what I needed today."
I do
That's
go
what I
back and
needed.
look quite a bit through my notes of stuff I've written down, because when I write it down, it probably means that it's meant something to me at that point in time. So I just try to remember what that was. Sometimes I can't remember what it was, but I'm like, that wasn't bad. That's actually catchy. And then sometimes I'll get a song out of it. Sometimes it's just there.
I was gonna say sometimes you got to write it down to get to the next thing that is what you want. And you mentioned that you're hoping to put out some new music. I know for those that follow you on socials, you kind of teased a song potentially on there as well. So what can
Yep.
folks? I don't want you to don't get yourself in trouble, but new music. What are we hoping for this year on that front?
Yeah. So definitely, I want to release. I want to have a less turnaround time on my releases. I definitely am going to be getting back into the studio very soon. And the one I teased is the one I want to do next. So if you guys didn't hear it, make sure you go check it out. It's called Oh My. And that's one that I wrote pretty quick as well. And it started out with just a note in my phone of me going, oh my. And then I was like, wait, oh my. Yeah, that's my life. Oh my. So it's a play on words, and um, yeah, it's one of my personal favorites. But I'll say that about every single new song I write. I'm like, yeah, that's my favorite one now. But yeah, I've gotten some good feedback on that one by teasing it. Maybe I need to put out another teaser. um, but yeah, I definitely am envisioning a lot of stuff with that. With if you've heard it, clocks and whatnot. So it's gonna be a good one. I do have about 12 more written. I don't know if I'll put all 12 out this year, but I've been on a writing spree lately.
Hey, there's
So
nothing wrong with that, and it sounds like 2026 could be a fun year for you. And
I
you know,
hope
we
so.
talked and, and we talked about, it's one thing you bringing these songs to life from the note, the voice memo, from the writing pad to the studio, bringing them to life to people to hear. But then you take it another step further, and that's when you get to perform them live. And I know you love to have fun on stage. Like you said, you end up in the crowd, you're having a good time. You can't stand still. So what's it like being on stage for you? What's the best part of that?
Yeah, I think definitely being able to interact with the people there is one of my favorite parts about being on the stage. But also, there is just something about music that, like, you know, anything I'm stressed about that day, it's completely gone once I step on that stage. And that's one reason why I love it so much. I think so. Um, but having that and then having the interaction and also getting to share my music with people and then seeing them interact with my songs, like there is no better feeling than that. Seeing people dance, seeing people sing along, and I'm like, wait, you know this? What? Oh my gosh.
I was gonna say, the first time you had someone or a big group sing back to you your song, what was going through your head at that moment?
Yeah, I was just kind of like, I cry at stuff, okay? So, like, I was trying not to cry. I was like, oh my gosh.
They were
Y'all are
happy
making,
tears.
yes. But my eyes got all watery and stuff, and I was like, no, Savannah, we're not crying right now. This is the moment.
I'll cry
This is what
later
we've
when we
been
finish
waiting on
this.
for forever.
I was gonna say that's a fun experience, and like I said, also when folks are able to tell you probably that they see themselves in a song and they're thankful for
Yes.
that. I mean, that's got to be pretty cool too.
I had someone message me about how about you and say that it really helped them pull them out of their own thoughts in the situation that they were going through. And I was like, that's exactly why I wrote it.
I was gonna say music can be pretty powerful, and it's amazing to see that. I know, in addition to playing some cool places locally, where we are in Kentucky, in Central Kentucky, you've hit the dive bars to the Kentucky State Fair and different places in between. Do you approach the shows differently depending on if it's 10 people or 500 or
No,
a couple thousand people?
no. I will say I get more nervous just playing in front of one person. If you were in this room right now and you were like, play me one of your new songs, I'd be like, huh, okay. Um, but no, I don't really change. I always say everyone gets the same show, no matter how small, no matter how big. Everyone's getting the same show from me. I'm going to have the same amount of energy, no matter what,
Hey,
unless
that's a
I'm
good thing
sick.
because hopefully you're not. I mean, hopefully it's just a quick barometric pressure thing. That's what
Yeah.
we're hoping for.
Yes.
Yeah, I know last year you got to do some cool stuff. You were down at CMA Fest. You were
Hmm.
getting to go to some cool places, cool festivals. This year, in the future, any bucket list places you're hoping to check off? Hoping to perform next.
Yeah. This year plus like next year, I am hoping to set up quite a bit of things in like different states. So like Texas, we know Florida, but more Florida would be nice since it's warmer. um, anywhere really, like just hitting the different states that's definitely a goal of mine. I want to get my music out there more and meet everybody. So I think playing out of state is a good way to do that. I want to open up for other artists, and I do have some of that on the books for this year. And yeah, definitely the goal and the dream is to go as far as I can, but that takes time, and I'm here for it. I'm riding it out. Every year I'm trying to do a little bit better and keep pushing myself to be better every single day. So as long as I can compare my year, like for example, 2025 to 2024, as long as I can compare that and see that I have made progress in any certain way, it makes me really happy. And that means that, I'm definitely working towards my dream and hopefully it keeps growing.
I think you are. I think the music's getting there too. And you joked about this earlier that no song you perform is your favorite song at the time. So I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to ask two questions because I know you do some cover stuff with some of the gigs you have.
Yeah.
The first part is going to be, what's your favorite song of yours to perform live right now?
Oh, Bet on Me, 100%. Yes. It's just got that
And that's not
vibe to
even the
it.
love
It's like
song.
there's a part, no, it's not. It's the part, in the chorus where it's like, yeah, I'm calling your bluff. Like when it gets the beat going, I'll jump around and act crazy. And then it's just like has so many different vibes to it that I don't know. Everyone, even in the audience, sometimes I won't even tell people that it's my song. I just want to see how they react to it. And if you have a good reaction off not saying that it's your song and people are still out there dancing and bopping their heads like they know it, and I'm like, yeah, this is why I like this one.
It's a good one. I like that. Now, you made me ask. Okay, in between the part one and part two, I've got another question, and it's
Mm-hmm.
because it just popped into my head. Of
Yeah.
you like to jump around, you like to jump off stage. Have you ever hurt yourself or rolled an ankle doing that?
No, I haven't, not yet, but let's like knock on wood real quick.
I was gonna say I knocked on the desk.
Okay, I knocked on the table. No, I haven't. I haven't hurt myself. I don't even think I've fallen yet, but it's bound to happen eventually. I like to jump up there on the big drum risers with my drummer and act like I'm playing the drums because I sure can't. And sometimes it's a big jump back down. So I'm surprised I haven't hurt myself yet.
Well, maybe you're wearing the right boots, the right footwear. You
Oh
just know what
gosh,
you're
I don't
doing.
know about that now. I don't know.
Now, "Bet on Me" was your favorite song of yours to perform live, but I also know, like I said, you do some cover songs at some of these
Mhm.
gigs as well. So, what's your favorite cover song or maybe medley that you love to do these days?
Yeah, cover song. I def Gretchen Wilson, Here for the Party. I look forward to that one every single time. Definitely is a good one to get the crowd going, but also it's just I wish I wrote that. I wish that was my song. So
One day you will have something like that. I guarantee it.
yeah, we may or may not have written one. Not the same, but same meaning.
I like it. I like it. And see,
Yes.
that's a good tease. Someone's told you how to do this. I can tell. So you put out "Get Me Everytime." How about you last year? You mentioned some new stuff. Oh my, might be coming out. Some other things that
Mhm.
you're working on. Sounds like you got some gigs that you're hoping to go to. So, with that in mind, again, I don't want you to get in trouble because I know some things you can't always say right away. But what else can folks expect from you here in 2026?
Yeah, definitely expect to see me places other than not Kentucky. But definitely, I still, I'll see everyone here as well too. Um, Doing some bigger festivals, and yeah, if you guys want to stay up to date, like with what's happening and stuff, yeah, I definitely post every single show on my social media and my website. So that's Savannah Dean Music or SavannahDeanMusic.com. And I try to post good enough ahead of time. Sometimes that's not the case, but sometimes just stuff pops up. So
Hey, when the opportunity happens, you got to take it, right?
right, right. But I'm hoping to do some Texas stuff this year for sure. I gotta wear my new hat.
And who knows? Maybe the big thing will be you'll get a yellow hat and yellow boots.
Yeah, might just have to buy that while I'm down there.
I love it. I love it. So, Savannah, I truly mean this. Loved going down the rabbit hole. Finding more of your music, getting to see the growth and where you're headed, and it's exciting. And thank you for sharing your story with me. I know you're behaving yourself tonight on the drink part, but
Yeah,
cheers to the future.
thank you. I will.